Welcome to Varsity News on the Newfane Sports Network. We've got a very exciting weekend coming up. 3 of our wrestling athletes are making their way to the state finals, and one of them is here with me today, Mr. Ayden Buttery. Ayden, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, you're an experienced veteran in this
Yeah.
in these interview situations. So let's get to it. So a big weekend coming down, sort of like wrapping up your whole career. Do you remember the first day you walked into a Newfane varsity wrestling practice as a 7th grader?
I'd say the first day I was super nervous. It was a different experience. Nothing like youth, nothing like middle school wrestling. It's completely different. You're in there with the seniors, you're in there with the juniors. A lot older. I was 12 years old when I started, so it was definitely a huge stepping stone, and it definitely felt really good to be on the varsity team as a 7th grader.
And then we fast forward through this whole time. Is there one tournament or one practice or one event that really sticks out to you as being a very memorable part of your wrestling career?
It's always going to be the team state championships freshman year. It was awesome. It was probably the most fun I've ever had with a wrestling team. It made it feel not like an individual sport, but like a team sport. I had met brothers that day, and it was just a great time on that bus ride, the tournament, the hotel. We all bonded, and that was a different team that year.
That's a great answer. I know you and your dad sit down and watch a film and stuff and get ready for matches. Have you ever have one particular match where maybe you were the underdog and you were just so proud of yourself just watching that match and your approach to the match and how you just tackled it? Is there one particular match that sticks out for you?
I believe it was my 8th grade year. We dueled Medina here, and I wrestled Gavin Cheerfella, who had beat me. I was 0-4 against him in my high school career. First time he teched me, second time he majored me, third and fourth time he beat me by decision. And then we wrestled him at a dual meet here, and my job was to go out there and not get pinned so we could win a league title. And I knew I could do better than that, and I went out there and ended up beating him in the last 5 seconds. And that was probably my favorite win to this day still.
That's awesome. And sort of like along the lines of that question, is there another match that sticks out to you where you were like, that kid is the best wrestler I've ever wrestled in my life, and I wasn't ready for that?
Over this summer when I was in Thousand Islands, I wrestled this kid, Ethan Avansky, from Wyoming Seminary. And he absolutely destroyed me. He teched me in the second period. He's been a Lehigh commit since his sophomore year, and I ended up following him up this year, and he's like 33-2, and he's a great athlete. He absolutely smoked me.
So, you and several wrestlers here have historic careers, but off the top of your head, do you think that there's another young man, that could be in the high school, maybe even in the middle school, or younger, that is up next, I guess you could say, for this history of Newfane wrestling?
I would say Jackson Taco. He puts a lot of work in. His dad runs the Revolution Elite Wrestling Club, so he's always got a place to train, and he's always trying to get better. He's doing triple practices someday. His wrestling season ended last week, and he's still practicing every single day, going up to Spooky Nook and getting extra work in. He's really going to work hard, and he's going to be real good one day.
And you think that's just single-handedly the difference maker, just getting those hours in on the mat, or finding that better competition to practice?
100%. That is the only answer there really is repetition and competition. Those are the 2 things you need to get better at wrestling. Wrestling better kids will get you better. Wrestling kids worse than you really won't improve you, but it'll get your drill better. But everyone needs to get beat on to get better. That's the only way you can really get there.
So, sectional champ here. Take our viewers through what it's like preparing for the state championships. It's not just you and Coach Nagel wrestling, or Coach Lingle, just wrestling on that mat. So there's a lot of preparation. Take us through that.
Every single day we go up to UB. We get an hour and a half practice in with either the UB coach or either the St. Francis coaches, who are really good friends of ours. They've been around us forever. Used to be the coaches at Star Point. We used to wrestle with them every day. And those are grinders. We wrestle with the D1, D2, and the Catholic kids, so you get a great mix in everyone, and really gets you prepared for this tournament that you're about to go to.
So this is it, right? This is it for you. And how many state tournaments appearances is this?
4 state tournament appearances.
And your top finishes?
I had 7th my 9th grade year, I had 6th my 10th grade year, and then 7th again my junior year.
Is there anything specific about the event that you saw, like when you first saw it for the first time, that really captivated you, that you'll never forget?
For how packed that arena is, when you're warming up in the corral, it's like this weird wave of something comes over you. It's like the world's on mute and it's just you down there. And when you're walking to your mat, even over all the screams, you hear absolutely nothing. It's just silence, and it's just you out there, and it's definitely a good feeling. It makes you feel really important.
Now, as a teacher, following you, watching you compete, what are you proud of the most? Like, what do you think about your legacy here as a wrestler for Newfane?
I would say our league streak and me individually is my legacy. The way Newfane wrestling changed me is something I'll never forget. You know, in youth I wrestled here a little bit, and then I started to drift away, started to go to some other clubs, came back high school, and something just dialed me right back in, and it just made me realize how much I love this sport and how I want to give everything to this sport. And this sport has gave me everything back, and I'll never forgive it for that.
Wow, another great interview. Well, Ayden, we and the community and everybody here wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much, Coach Plum.